I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is or it ain't. Sometimes, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. If sometimes when people get money.
The boxing world is in an absolute state of shock as Floyd Mayweather Sr. has finally shattered his long-standing silence, dropping a massive bombshell regarding the mounting controversies surrounding his son. In a move that has sent shockwaves through social media, the elder Mayweather sounded profoundly disappointed, almost heartbroken, as he addressed the legendary boxer's recent claims. Despite repeatedly warning his son about the dangers of a reckless, lavish lifestyle, Sr. finally admitted that there is a very high probability that Floyd Jr. is flat-out lying about his supposed $400 million real estate investment. He told reporters point-blank that he has zero knowledge of his son actually acquiring such massive property portfolios, stating,
"Me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, and we never had no argument all of a sudden.
Going even deeper into the family drama, Floyd Sr. claimed that this isn't just a one-off incident. Rather, these types of fictional stories have been circulating about Floyd for years. According to the man who served as both his father and trainer, these consistent exaggerations and lifestyle choices are the very things that have created a permanent, bitter discord between them. The situation is so dire that the father and son haven't even looked each other in the eye for several months. The bridge has been burned because of Floyd Jr.'s out-of-control way of life. Making matters even more suspicious, as these allegations heat up, Floyd Mayweather...
Let me do you this. You want to play games? Come on. I don't play games. I get right to it. Come on. Now turn over. See that like that. You're chill. No. Turn over. Come on. Turn over. Stay over. Come on. Put your hand on me.
In what can only be described as a shocking revelation of character, Floyd Sr. exposed a trend that dates back to the very beginning of the boxer's career. He revealed that even during his early days in the ring, Floyd Jr. was obsessed with a fake-it-till-you-make-it persona, constantly getting luxury items on credit, racking up insurmountable debts, and living a life far beyond his actual means. Sr. explained that the moment Floyd finally hit a big payday and secured real wealth, he didn't thank the man who raised him. Instead, he cold-bloodedly cut his father out of his life. He replaced his father with his uncle, Roger Mayweather, a move that Sr. says wounded him deeply and stained their relationship for decades. He has carried this silence for years.
The first thing my dad taught me, the first day I went in the gym, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So I took that all throughout life, and it panned out.
While the world wonders where the pretty boy is hiding, Floyd Sr. expressed his deep-seated anxiety over his son's continuous habit of spending like a madman and incurring massive debts while allegedly scamming people to keep the facade alive. Sr. didn't hold back, admitting that his attempt to talk sense into Floyd about his finances is exactly what got him kicked out of his son's corner in the first place. He sighed, saying, "I don't want to get into a war with him, but I'm honestly ashamed and disappointed. This man made hundreds of millions. He talks about it every single day. But where is that money today? If you have to lie about investments, the money is..."
Pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And push each other in a positive way. And, I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather, going back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people on social.
The catalyst for this public outburst was a specific, high-profile announcement where Mayweather claimed to have closed his biggest deal ever. He posted a flashy video on Instagram showing off a sprawling portfolio of 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan, New York. Standing in front of the camera, dripping in jewelry, Mayweather proclaimed to his millions of followers, "All these buildings belong to me. No partners, no help, just me." He even included a slideshow of himself touring the properties, telling his fans that the retail shops and apartments were all his personal property. And
I feel like I mean, as you get older,
Yep.
you have to look at things in a different way. You know, my son this year is 26 years old. So in 4 years, my son will be 30. Then my daughter will be 29 in the 4 years. So I have, grandchildren. So the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, I can't be doing now. Even 5 years ago, I can't be doing now. It's all about growth, and I'm growing every day.
Yep. Yeah, man.
in that viral post, Mayweather claimed his real estate firm, Vita Properties, dropped a staggering $42 million as a down payment or part of the deal. However, investigative eyes soon discovered that the boxer's bold claims didn't match the legal reality. A full month after the announcement, New York City property records, which are typically updated within 48 to 72 hours of a sale, showed absolutely no change in ownership. Experts in the NYC real estate market weighed in, stating that a sale of this magnitude to an individual like Mayweather doesn't seem even remotely imminent. Even the NYC Housing Partnership, a massive nonprofit that manages these affordable housing units,
.com.
Yeah.
We already talked about Mayweather Fitness. People, I got a team talking to me in different places.
Hey, I understand, man. It's a business.
I touch everything. So
conduct your business, brother.
And if you're an adult,
yeah,
you come to Vegas, come see me at my Gentlemen's Club. And if you like to skate, when you come to Vegas, come check us out at Skate Rock City.
All right. I appreciate it, Floyd. Thank you so much.
The plot thickened when a spokesperson for the housing partnership confirmed they would legally have to be involved in any transfer of these buildings. And yet, they have heard nothing. Adding fuel to the fire, an anonymous source directly involved in the negotiations revealed the real truth. Mayweather hasn't bought the buildings at all. Instead, he has only purchased a tiny, small minority ownership interest in the portfolio. He basically has an option to maybe buy more in the future, but as of right now, he owns a fraction of what he claimed. While a spokesman for Black Spruce Management, the actual owners, tried to save face by calling Floyd a reliable partner, they carefully avoided confirming that he owned the buildings.
I've been building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money.
The confusion reached a peak when reporters tried to track down the truth from the other owners, the Orbach Group, who ignored every single call and email. When Business Insider reached out to the CEO of Vita Properties, a man answered who claimed to be James McNair, a top executive for Mayweather. However, there was a massive red flag. The man's voice on the phone was starkly different from every known recording of the real James McNair. This mystery man insisted that Floyd had acquired the whole portfolio because he lived in affordable housing as a child and wanted to give back. But he refused to provide a single shred of documented evidence to prove the transaction actually happened.
Give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren.
Mystery voice continued to spin a narrative of a heart of gold, saying that once it clicked in Floyd's head that he could help the community while making money, he decided to buy it all. But the silence from the real camp was deafening. The real James McNair didn't respond to texts, and Mayweather's lawyers went completely dark. It turns out this real estate obsession started years ago at a Knicks game, where Floyd sat next to retail giants Jeff Sutton and Andrew Matias. These heavy hitters reportedly mentored him, but it seems Floyd may have taken their advice and exaggerated it into a billion-dollar fantasy for the sake of his public image.
6 months with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month.
What investment is that?
In real estate. I'm heavy in real estate. Even though I got a lot of cash, OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep y'all credit.
Back in 2022, during a podcast interview, Mayweather tried to explain his business genius by claiming that with the help of Al Heyman and his Jewish and white friends, he turned a $5 million investment into a $50,000 monthly profit. While a 12% return is impressive, Floyd began making even wilder claims, suggesting he held a major stake in One Vanderbilt, the iconic 1,400-foot tall Manhattan skyscraper. He bragged, "I'm a part of that project." But even in his bragging, he got his facts wrong, incorrectly claiming it was the tallest building in New York City. This pattern of almost true claims has become the hallmark of his financial narrative.
Floyd, man, like, you got everything, got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses, you got, what's next?
What I'm working on now, I don't really want for nothing.
The man pretending to be James McNair on the phone told Business Insider that Mayweather had pumped $88 million into roughly 20 different loans tied to commercial properties in the city. He described these as mezzanine debt, which is a high-risk, high-interest type of loan. He claimed it was a marketing opportunity for the big firms to be associated with a name as big as Mayweather. But analysts suggest that being a marketing partner is a world away from being a property mogul, further highlighting the gap between Floyd's Instagram captions and his actual bank balance.
That if you get that, you're going to be the highest DLC.
It's possible. It's possible. I just need everybody to just sit back, buckle your seatbelt, because I may be on the next game.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
You know, everything
All right.
everything takes time.
Yes, sir.
We communicate. Everything takes time.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate your time, man. Absolutely. And so again, and I'm.
When the big players at SL Green were asked to confirm Floyd's involvement, their spokeswoman, Alexandra Zeri, gave a cold, standard reply: "We don't comment on individual investors." This lack of confirmation only adds more shadows to the legend of TBE, the best ever. In the world of sports, stars like Michael Jordan have built ironclad legacies, but Mayweather's legacy is increasingly under fire. Critics have long accused him of cherry-picking his opponents to protect his 50-0 record. And now, those same accusations of manufactured perfection are being applied to his business life.
What have you learned from your son, being that he's taught you so much? You've taught him so much, excuse me.
Yes,
What have you learned
yes,
from this boy?
huh?
What have you learned from him? Junior, excuse me.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had.
The betrayal from his father didn't stop at finances. Floyd Mayweather Sr. actually went on record to discuss the one thing Floyd prizes most: his undefeated record. Sr. claimed that there was a fight that should have fundamentally changed Floyd's career trajectory and diminished his wealth. A fight that Floyd actually lost. According to Sr., the judges only gave the win to his son for reasons best known to them. This was a stunning moment of a father choosing the truth and a rival over his own blood. Likely because the relationship between them has become so toxic and filled with resentment.
What do you think about Oscar? What do you remember about training?
But Oscar was the one guy that was. Oscar was the one guy that would do everything.
The fight in question took place in 2007, when Mayweather was at the absolute peak of his global fame. He stepped into the ring against the golden boy, Oscar de la Hoya. It was a clash of styles. De la Hoya's aggressive, forward-moving pressure versus Mayweather's elusive, shoulder-roll defense. The hype was astronomical, shattering every pay-per-view record in history with 2.4 million buys. It was the biggest event the sport had ever seen. When the final bell rang, the win was awarded to Floyd via a razor-thin split decision, moving his record to 38-0. But his father was watching with a much more critical eye.
I tell him to do, he wasn't no mouthy guy. You know, he would do what I tell him to do. He wasn't no mouthy guy or anything like that. We never had that kind of problem.
During the HBO broadcast, Mayweather Sr. did the unthinkable. He told the world that his own son should have lost that night. "I'm just being honest," Sr. said. "If you score by a point system based on who is actually throwing more and landing more, you have to give that fight to Oscar de la Hoya." He admitted that while his son had great defense and caught a lot of punches with his shoulder, boxing is about volume and aggression. He concluded that if you look at who was touching who the most, Oscar won. Sr. even confessed that he personally scored the fight against his son, a revelation that practically guaranteed their relationship would remain a roller coaster for the rest of their lives.
All I can tell you is Oscar been a good guy, and Oscar got ready to do a lot of stuff with people. And
This shocking honesty from Sr. might stem from the fact that he had spent 5 years training De La Hoya and knew his style inside out. He only left Oscar's corner because of a massive dispute over money, ironically, the same thing that haunts his relationship with his son today. So, according to the man who knows Floyd's boxing better than anyone, the legendary 50-0 record is a myth. It should be 49-1. While Floyd Jr. will likely go to his grave claiming he is the greatest and most successful athlete to ever live, his father's words paint a much darker picture of a man living a lie, running from debts, and manufacturing a legacy that is slowly crumbling under the weight of the truth. This is the tragic fall of the money empire.